really care about us. So what people say, we know the truth. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Enough is enough of the story.
Mr. Michael Jackson, and welcome on this Saturday evening to a wonderful broadcast. It is 6:48 p.m. 6:48 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. And on this wonderful Saturday, we're going to talk about some issues that concerns you, me, and guess what? Your children. We're going to talk about some issues that may be a little bit complex, but we got to touch on it. We got to mobilize, and we got to be. So just be patient, because we're going to have a very exciting broadcast live from Chicago, the capital of where people were tortured and confessed to crimes. I ask that you just bear with me. Just bear with me. Listen to that song. Listen to that song. Listen to that song. Share the word that the campaign to end torture is on the air. Mr. Michael Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, and what Michael is speaking of is they really don't care about us. Are you listening to that song, ladies and gentlemen? We are dealing with the year of 2016 of August, and we're still dealing with systematic problems. Maybe you don't feel like it's systematic problems, but it is systematic problems. And it's systematic problems due to the fact that it's affecting the people, and the people can't breathe, ladies and gentlemen. If the people could breathe, then this world wouldn't be turned upside down right now. It's turned upside down by design. I'll say it again. It's turned upside down by design. Our system, ladies and gentlemen, are the creators, the author of what you are dealing with today. Let's get right on into the program. It is a little bit after 6:51. And it is 79 degrees in the Chicago area. It is hot and it is humid. And today I attended the Bud Billiton Day Parade. It is one of the most known, largest African American parades in the world. Well, when we tell you bad choices, bad policy, racism, and every evil trick turned the Bud Billiton Day Parade into half its worth. I'll explain why, ladies and gentlemen. It's half its worth any time you take away from the original creation of what it was designed to do. It was designed to give the young children an opportunity. Media may not agree. But let me tell you, guess what? Many of you from the Chicago area, you already know that the Bud Billiton Day Parade was a parade that was honored highly by African Americans, and now it's not being honored by African Americans, ladies and gentlemen. You had at best maybe 500,000 people attend this parade. It is normally over 1 million. It was the so-called new director or maybe chairperson of this parade who came out with all of these. I don't know where he come up with, or she, whoever it is. I don't know where they come up with this at. This control. We're not over in some type of country where that, here it is, it was, and you may think I'm joking you, it was at least an entire police department and a half. Meaning, well, let me take that back. A police station and a half. You know, because some people like to try to trick your words and say, well, hey, he said it was a whole police department and a half. No, it was a police station and a half of police officers. A waste of tax dollars. While maybe less than 4 to 5 blocks from that same location, some young child was in need of a police officer in their community. Well, what we are finding out is that the African American community are ones that have, to a large degree, accepted this remake of what our ancestors laid down for us. You know why they did what they did? They were afraid. They were afraid that they would be embarrassed. Everybody from the police chief to the mayor to the governor, they were embarrassed. The police chief came. Eddie Johnson was there. The mayor was a no-show. The governor was a no-show. Many politicians were no-shows. And there is a reason why, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, please forgive me. That sun out there today was like, man, murder. It was hot, but I made it. No, I did not march in the parade. And yes, I was asked by several different organizations and groups. No. Why? The integrity of you I must represent, regardless if you understand it or not. There is an integrity in all of this, ladies and gentlemen. The integrity of not biting the apple of the enemy. You know, let me tell you, it's hard, man, when it's time to move up. And you just say, well, no, because those are corrupt hands. What happened to the Bud Bulletin Day Parade in Chicago is an insult. And I don't care what no black person tell you. I've been going ever since I was a child, since the 1960s. And this parade here had a very foul odor. Very foul odor. It was very foul. And it was very foul, ladies and gentlemen, due to the fact that it was so watered down. And it was like rushed. So maybe that's their visions and ideas of a parade. Well, our visions and ideas of a parade is to honor our people. And that's a day of celebration. So the city of Chicago, they want to put everything on a timetable to honor its police officers. In other words, when I say to honor, to make sure that they get overtime. So they sat back and they thought of ways how they can keep everything within a certain time frame. My brothers and sisters, it's a time for everything in America, in the world, in our lives. There's a right time and there's a wrong time. And this was the right time. And this is not too late. But it smells foul. And it smells like it should be a boycott. Regardless if they repair the damage or not, we should say the hell to those people. Our children have been gunned down in the streets. Our children have been gunned down in the streets. Our children are the ones that are incarcerated. Our children are the ones that are discriminated against in the job market, in the housing market, and in society as a whole, even through the roots of education. Like me or hate me, I speak truth. The bottom line of it is that we as a people, we ain't learned. And what we ain't learned is that we must get up. This is not a fashion show. This is not a show to honor no one. This is a show to bring it to you like it is. And if it smells, it smells. Many of you don't want it to smell. But when it smells, it smells. When something ain't right, you know what God gave you? He gave you a mouth. And he said, use it or lose it. We are a people, regardless of color, that knows right from wrong. We have allowed the political machines through its money to corrupt us in our communities, and now our children are being gunned down in the middle of the streets. Our people are locked up inside of prisons for crimes they didn't even commit. Something wrong with their picture. A lot of misguidance out here. a lot of sad misguidance out here. And I stand by and I support what Brother Jamal released in a news conference several days ago when he said that we should boycott this parade. And that's the truth. You know why? Man, we've been dogged on every level. We have been dogged on every level. We have been dogged on every level, regardless if you like to hear it or not. It's in your face. And when we tell you, regardless if you hear me or regardless if you don't, still the reality is going to take place in your life. It's all about getting the knowledge, knowing how to dissect the knowledge. It ain't got nothing to do with if you like me or if you hate me. It got everything to do with if you want to get over the mountain or if you want to stay stuck. Many of us have made a choice to stay stuck. So in our choices to remain stuck, we have left. Well, no, we ain't. Not anymore. When we try to leave the children behind. The children said, the hell with us. They didn't pick their bags up and they got their own stuff going on. Do that break you up? You don't even know how to communicate with a kid. Because you don't know how to be serious when it's time to be serious. You don't know how to represent your child. No. I said it right. Responsibility is responsibility, and if your grandmothers and grandfathers was living now today, and I ain't talking about the new breed grandfathers and grandmothers. I'm just going to keep it real. The park ass would have been on fire. We as a people better understand mass incarceration is off of the backs of the poor people. Basically, black and brown people. And they're suffering. You know why they're suffering? Most are suffering due to the fact that they put their trust into people they never even should have put their trust to in the first place.
Nobody likes it.
Is this a issue of still black and white? You better believe it. Here it is. I didn't see one mother in that parade today that lost a son as a result of these corrupt cops in the middle of the streets gunning their children down. But here we got prosecutors that are willing to lock your child up and throw away the key, and you honor them into your community. You didn't learn how to flush out trash. So because you ain't learned how to flush out trash, you inviting it. Because those same people who look like they're honorable, they're pulling sneaky shit right before your eyes. And I said it right. It's a time we gotta wake up. We can't be at the back of the bus our whole damn life. Our children must know what the integrity look like, and it starts with us teaching them. Here it is, man, you don't want nobody to teach your children. So we're wondering, why is mass incarceration? We're wondering, what is the problem? Duh. Stops with some of us. Like me or hate me. Reality is reality. Find me anywhere in America where there are rich people at and their children gotta duck and dodge to go to school. Find me anywhere in America people are waking up in the middle of the night to gunshots. Find me anywhere in America where a whole group of people can be tortured and not one cop held responsible. You can with the black race. That's why it's a black and white issue. Why in the world? Here it is. I see this stuff each and every day in America, ladies and gentlemen. And when I see each and every day in America, it sucks. It really sucks. It shows a nation of people that are willing to allow government to control here. And they control you through their laws. So here it is. People been out here voting for some of these elected officials for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Like me or love me, but here come the truth. Most of them were not shit then, and they're not shit today. You make them shit. But at the end of the day, they go home and they look at their shit, and they realize they ain't shit. So we are esteeming the wrong people here in America. So we using people and their mamas and their little families. We own all these old trickery games. What the hell is that bringing us as a race? I'm listening to some of my young sisters and some of my young brothers. About what? We ain't learned to get along in communication. If there ain't no communication, how are we going to know that we can get along? How are we going to know that we can get along as a people and there's no communication? Our people are dying. We are among the lowest percentage in the job market. We are the highest of incarceration rate. One of the lowest in citizenship here in America. What, 13%? We ain't learned that yet. My brother and my sister, the one who's really, you making it. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, when all those doors are shut, you know what people don't see? Is what I just said earlier. They don't see it. So because they don't see it, your girlfriend see it, your wife see it, your children see it, some of the people in the community see it. But the mass don't see it. So now we take individuals. As a matter of fact, we had a very huge and large discussion today upon people who enter our prison systems, and once they are released. So you know, this is one of these old generation times which some of you people, man, y'all are twisted. What make you twisted? Who in the hell gonna play with a bear? Give you a good example. This is the bear I'm talking about. It's a human bear. You got men getting out of prisons each and every day, can't even get a job, nowhere. What do you people say out of your mouths? Oh man, you ain't trying hard enough, man. You just need to go and do it. No! Shut the fuck up and listen. Listen. While you were doing whatever the fuck you were in America, government passed laws to handcuff the people. So in passing those laws to handcuff the people, see, sometimes you need to listen so that you can learn. You know, there's all type of books out here that is out here to teach you. But you don't pick it up, you will never learn. You go to school and you read the book of the oppressor, but the book that is meant to help you, you can't read. The people that's trying to reach you, you don't even want to hear. We are in times of decay. Man, you got so many toxic. People know me and they know I don't hide shit, not jack, nothing. If you want to be on bull, I'm going to tell you to kick rocks. When I say kick rocks, whatever I gave you, you can kick. That's what that means. Whatever belonged to me, give back to me. And push. That's the key. We ain't learned that. So we come up with these little agitating ways. None of that was in our race. Where that stuff come from? Where you people come from? Y'all don't even get it. Your children is being made into pawns and everything. Pawns. People who work in prison know it. The criminal justice system, most of them that work in it, they truly know it. Most police officers on them streets, at the end of the day, because they can't really speak their true opinion, they know it. So here it is, we'll just sit back like, oh, it's a bright sunny day. Guess what? Without a struggle, you can't gain. You can't gain. How can you gain something you ain't struggling? To strive to change it. So I hear a lot of people say, well, you know, all you have to do, my brother, is just pick the Bible up. And let's just pray, my brother. And as we pray the Holy Father, He will just, guess what, mysteriously take care. No, He won't. Stop being lied to. The Bible said that faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. So if you're telling us that faith without works is dead, and we don't do nothing, guess what? There's an old saying that says, boo boo on me the first time, but I'll be damned if it's going to be boo boo the second time. See, 99%, and I'm observing, I see it every day. Most of you don't deal with reality. And you say, oh man, did you see how he was just talking? Well, you do it too. Stop faking. You go home, curse your husband out, or boyfriend, he do the same to you. So cut the bull out. That's what the kids see. The kids see the bull in you. That's why they're not honoring you. The kids want to see something real. Here it is among poor people today. We are the most highest rated people to be suffering from, man, post-traumatic stress disorders. We're the high, we got bipolar, real polar, bipolar, irpolar. We want to be snakes. We want to be tarantulas. We want to be users. Well, let me educate you. You know, some of y'all don't know about prisons. Let me tell you something. Boo! I hope that scared some of you. Listen to me. Prisons are a place in which I would say about 80% of the guys that enter inside those prisons, man, they pick up books and they read and they start to study and they start to learn. So guess what? Man, you lock them brothers up 10 years, maybe 15 years, and they get out of here, man. They ain't got no time for your bullshit. None. So they're going to set you out. They're going to set you out to mama, daddy, cousin, brother. They basically saying, listen here, you're a piece of shit, get away. You know why? Because they suffer. And they realize, because they can identify right here. They can identify that that was the same road or pattern that they went down, and they don't want no parts of it. So out of these types of situations, you got brothers, you got sisters, no communication, but you see this is war. You see war all over the place. You don't see even the respect that we used to receive. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have that no more. We used to. There was a time, ladies and gentlemen, when we were very, 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 very close to overturning some major things in this country. And in coming very, very close and overturning some major things in this country, that's when the enemy creeped in. And the enemy was like, no, we can't let this happen. So, with the enemy having a desire and a motive to make sure that that don't happen no more, what you think he did? So now he said, guess what? Yeah, we have been a little bit unfair to you black people and to you other people that we have denied jobs to for many, many, many years. And so, you know, we're going to give you a job. And you know what? Because you look like you got some great potential, we're going to make you the supervisor. Yeah, we're going to make you the supervisor. And we need to know how the other workers are working. You know, matter of fact, we're going to give you this telephone. All you gotta do is just call us anytime. Please just call us. So they give you that telephone. And when you get that telephone, most of you abuse your power. And please bear with me 1 second. We lost our Twitter and some of our Facebook, but I am now redoing it over to reconnect them, hopefully. But seriously, ladies and gentlemen, we better wake up. You know, there was an old saying, and it says that playtime is over. Well, I believe that playtime for us as a people has been over for quite a very long time. A lot of people don't see that. You know why? Do you know why a lot of people don't see or understand that playtime is over for us as a people? It's because they're caught up into lunacy. Listen to me. This is the worst job market. More people have been created in this world, man. I'm talking about we done grew at leaps and bounds. And in growing, you notice the jobs have decreased. So to make up for their job decrease, you know what they do? They put them in prison. Because they're banking on so many people going to prison because they can't provide the jobs in the first place. And if America ever came out with a law, ladies and gentlemen, which basically just said this: everybody in America must work and must be provided a job. And you know what? Guess what? You'll find out that only this many people will be able to get the job, and all these people here will be denied. The real color of that will come out. People are not fighting and trying to achieve something better by accident. People out here because there is literally no opportunity. Okay, we let an ex-offender out of prison. So we let that ex-offender out of prison, and the ex-offender goes and get a job, a minimum wage job. How in the world is he going to pay rent, light bill, gas, and all of his other responsibilities? And God forbid he got a child. That's messed up. That means people are working without any type of way to sustain themselves or their families. Remember that old sitcom called Good Times? That's what that reminds me of. James Evans working every day, trying to do his best. But at the end of the day, guess what he found out? Opportunity fell short. And it fell short for him. And it kept falling short for him. And when it finally did, the door opened for him, you know what happened? He died. So we need to wake up. And we need to understand that play time is over. We are literally today in Chicago at the Bud Militant Day Parade. We literally were made into fools. Man, I'm talking about the parade was half filled. They said, well, okay, we want to limit the participants in the parade. What it turned the parade into was a parade of honor and put a blanket on it. Mayor Rahm Emanuel never got up and marched in this year's Bud Bulletin Day Parade. For whatever reasons, he could have had something very serious that came up, like, going to play golf. Or maybe, just maybe, he said, I'm not coming because I know those people are going to be out there and they're going to be screaming at me and they're going to be hollering at me because I know I have done the people wrong. Think about that. We better wake up. We better wake up and smell the coffee. Because I'm being honest, we're not quite smelling the coffee. Like me or hate me, as I say, I'm telling you the truth. Speaking to you the truth. Wherever should we have a justice system where that it's good to have people to find you guilty, and when those same people want to expose your evils, then you say they're not correct. Man, we got to get it together out here. It's rough. And I put some pictures on Facebook, at least, about the Bud Bulletin Day Parade. And I hope that you check out Mark Clemens' Facebook page and just take a look at it. Man, there wasn't that many people there. And, another issue I want to speak upon this evening is in Texas. Texas, baby. In the state of Texas, there is a brother by the name of Jeffrey Wood, and he's on death row. I'm asking you all to get involved. Jeff never killed anyone. It was never Jeff's intentions that anyone would die. Even the person who killed the person and now has been since executed basically states the same. However, we have a criminal justice system that don't want to believe the reality. Even when someone come out and say, hey, this is how it happened, they still don't want to believe you. So if that ain't slavery, what is? Jeff ain't black. Jeff ain't Latino. Jeff is Caucasian. Jeff's problem is that he suffered from mental problems. And as a result of suffering from mental problems, he made a choice, and his choice was to get involved into something that basically he should not have gotten himself involved with. I don't believe that Jeff Woods should be on death row. I believe that Jeff Woods should be given an opportunity. I believe that Jeff Woods' life should be spared. You know what? Many people you run into today, they'll say, well, yeah, I believe the same. It won't take 5 minutes to learn why. Because they're lying. They're lying. So they want to say, well, guess what? You know what? we do this and we do that, and we do this and we do that, and we don't believe in this. Let me tell you, what good is your belief if you can't let it be shown at the appropriate time when it's time to show it? See, I deal with masses of issues. Masses of them. Crooked prosecutors. That's what they are. They're crooked. They know it. Half of them will tell you. They smoke weed like anybody else. They do the powder like anybody else. But they convict you Monday through Saturday inside of courtrooms. That's what they do. So they walk inside of the courtrooms and then they say, well, guess what? That person there is worse and should be condemned. So when it finds out of his great drinking problem because he can't stop drinking, that's what most of them do. Hey, hi, Turkey. That's what most of them do in America. That's why it's so many attorneys that go to substance abuse. Yep, they can't put it down, and it ain't water that they drinking. So they go into courtrooms. And when they go into courtrooms, their whole objective is to please someone sitting in an office somewhere who don't even have 4% of the true facts of a case that they're prosecuting. I'll say it again. They don't even have 4% of the true facts of a case that they have decided that they're going to prosecute. Here in Chicago, a young teenager who was inside of a holding cell inside of a police station in Chicago over on the north side, guess what? During the same time he was in that police station holding cell, police said he committed a murder. Prosecutors found him guilty and made that child do 20 years in prison. They gave him a natural life sentence, but they made him do 20 years of his life inside of a prison because they suppressed a bond slip. Dirty dogs. Dirty dogs. Knowing that if they get rid of the bond slip and it can't be used, then this is what they would do. So now they want to be separators of people, families, and households. Oh my gosh, how they scream and holler and beat their wives and girlfriends. Policemen too, there's 70% in this country that have been charged with domestic violence. Policemen, they ain't did a count on judges yet, nor politicians. But they got one on the community. And a lot of that. And I'm not saying that the people that are cited with these violations, because I know many of those violations ain't jack. Prosecutors do too. They know it too. They go home and laugh about that stuff and be playing all type of games with that type of stuff. Because the integrity of justice is destroyed, baby. And if you think that justice exists, something wrong with you. You gotta be dumb as a box of rocks. Yeah, I realize there's a need for everything that is in existence, but there could be an overindulging of it as well. You know, you got some people like, well, you know, the prosecutors want you to take down your YouTubes and your Want me to tell you, kiss my ass. That's my response. Black life matters, blue life matters, green life matters. At the end of the day, it's black life that matters. And it's suffering here in America, which it can't breathe. It can't breathe. Toxic people all throughout the system. Toxic people. People who done took medicines and stopped taking them, let them psych them out so that they can get SSI. Now you done stop taking the medicine, now you're crazy as a Beelzebub. And I'm being honest. We have to deal with the true facts in order to hit the target. Go to your grandparents of old and tell them the type of stuff that y'all doing here in America today. Boy, they be knocking y'all out. So now you grew up, now you smell your piss. And when we tell you, you've turned society into a toxic world that people can't breathe. Eric Gardner's situation was just a situation that materialized in the open eyesight that he couldn't breathe. All of us can't breathe. Man, you got people in prison right now from Pennsylvania. Matter of fact, in Pennsylvania, there's a brother by the name of Jimmy Dennis. The system has thrown him every curveball. Right there in Pennsylvania. And I know there's a moratorium, so to speak, on the death penalty there. Kevin Cooper. Man, they just hit him upside the head with curveballs. Rodney Reed in Texas, just hit upside the head with curveballs. And this has been systematic. Jeffrey Harvard in Mississippi. There's another brother, Frederick Bell, out of Mississippi. We're not a people that are learning, and the people with the knowledge, many of you are running from. Well, you know, I don't like that person. I don't like this. A lot of people didn't like Jesus either. Did that stop anything? No. Didn't stop nothing. We are people, we want to be spoiled, but we want to have this, and we want to have that, and we want this. So we play our con games and our mind and deceitful games out here, whether it's political or right in our households. So we're turned into snakes, and we don't see it. It's called growing into an identity so long that you were not, that you have become. And a lot of people don't even see it. But about 2 generations of grandparents, let them be here right now today. I hear a lot of you say, oh, well, they hit me, man. No, you not. They were going to knock you out with 2 hits, whack, whack, and there's going to be grandma. And you was going to sit down and you was going to read. And you was going to learn. And I'm talking about older people. I ain't even talking to the kids. I just left some kids and it seemed like they got it going on. I'm talking about us. It's like we jumped off of a bus somewhere. Something wrong here. So now y'all crying, talking about, man, where the kids leave us? They won't even work with us. They won't even tell us anything. Why they won't do this? Because you done sold them out time and time again. Say, well, should we sold them out? So this is them other people. Yes, you are. You working right along with the system, hand in hand. It's called greed, my brothers and sisters. It's what the Bible warned you all of, greed. Hell, in prison, we survived over a oodle and noodle. Them suckers only cost 19 cents. You suckers was out here trying to live above what they say with the Joneses. So now the kids is out of control. Then you got one half, man, they got it going on. And they say, well, so what? These leaders didn't want to work with us. Boo boo, foo foo, on them, booey. So they out there doing it themselves. And we ain't caught on. It's like we think that these kids can't think. That's the way most of us think. And these kids are going, man, I'm talking about educational levels, man. They are making it. And a lot of people, I realize there's some touchy issues. Sometimes you got to get it in the wrong to get it. Reality hurt. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm being honest, I think we have so badly failed our children that we don't even realize the damage that we have done. We openly allowed them to be raped by priests in churches, by pastors in churches, I'm talking about, we just sat back and just, we didn't do anything. So these young kids, they're like, we ain't letting it go on. So yeah, they blocking your cars. Yeah, they're out holding up the picket signs and things like that. You know why? Because they have seen misguided direction. That's by those people who are getting paid. And they're getting paid big money. Some of them much as $10 million. I was just checking on that the other day. $10 million. But when they get up at the mic, they say, well, hey, we par. No, you're not. How can you speak for me and you're not on my level anymore? Same way with Sister Oprah. Oprah ain't on our level no more. Before she got $1 from AM Chicago, when she first came to Chicago, before it shortly became to be the Oprah Winfrey Show, but before she came to Chicago, Sister Girl was hurting. She had some issues, baby. Some issues. And please forgive me, I know this is a bad habit. She had some issues. And for her to ignore the issues of us today, something wrong with that picture. Your Sister Girl got $1 billion and act like she's always been a billionaire and never been on our level, like she cannot. Yes, she can. It's called selfishness. So a lot of people say, well, man, that's a little bit too harsh to be talking about Oprah, okay? Because she gives away this and that. Yes. You people need to really find out how that works. If I don't want it, I'll give it away. If I want it, I'll keep it. But if I want it, I'll give it away. I'll say, well, hey, listen here, give it away to someone. Matter of fact, we got 5 charitable organizations. Look over there, find one, give it to them. Let's do a show on them. Walk into a poor person's house without a TV camera, without a picture being taken. Look at their condition and give from the heart. Just give from the heart. Just give from the heart. Give from the heart. Many ain't willing to do that. Yeah, a lot of them do some good. And Oprah's done some good because those things that she's given away, she could have kept. But I'm just kind of like letting you know. It ain't coming from her bank. So we need to understand that. And we need to understand that, man, if these conditions don't change and change quick, we are going to be a people that are going to deeply suffer. And I was looking over here at the timer. We have 3 more minutes left. I'm asking that you please get up, write a letter to the governor, and I'm going to send you his email. It's going to be right on my account. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or wherever I am at, you're going to be able to get it. And I'm asking you to ask the governor, Greg Abbott, to save the life of Brother Jeff Wood. Why? First of all, he didn't pull the trigger. Second of all, he didn't know that anyone would be harmed. Yes, it's sad anytime anyone loses their life. But what about redemption? We ain't thought about that. You know why? In most African American communities and poor communities, they don't have restorative justice programs. So you can learn. We need restorative justice programs in our communities. In whatever state, we need it, and we need it now. On that note, I want you to keep your head up. Keep fighting. Keep on fighting. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Understand that we can win. We can only win through you. We can only win through you. Without you, we can't do anything. Understand that. Understand that. I don't care who like me. I'm going to speak the truth. I don't care if you don't watch it, I'm still going to keep on speaking the truth. You know why? Until we get it, we're going to suffer. Mm-hmm. We're going to suffer, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to suffer from a lack of knowledge, playing games with the devil. Nothing's good when you play games with the devil. So I'm asking you, get up, get involved. We need you. We need you on the front line. We need you in the middle of the line. We need you at the back of the line. We need you people to get up. Thank you. God bless you. And I look to see you again for another exciting program of the campaign to end torture. Thank you, and God bless you. It's a little thing, but nobody could have done it like a me. Nobody could have done it like a me. Hey! This is the part that I like, ladies and gentlemen. It may cut off. You got a minute and 9 seconds, so it may cut off. To make you smile.